Is my AC on? Yes. Do I still have a blanket? Yes, because it's like the perfect combination.
Hey girl, hey! For those of you who are new here, my name is Jessica and I'm so happy you stumbled across my channel. I'm doing something different today. I recently lost 40 pounds naturally while being in a calorie deficit, so I thought I'd share what I eat in a day. Now, I will not be focusing so much on the number of calories I'm consuming in this video, I'm just showing you some of the foods I enjoy eating while on this journey. If you're interested in a more detailed vlog on how I started and how I track my calories, etc., let me know and I'll be more than happy to go deeper into those topics. Now, I wanted to keep things even more interesting by trying my hand at a reading vlog, so I will be finishing The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson today with you guys. I hope you enjoy. I am still reading The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson. I have today off. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day. But I needed this. I slept in. I hung out with you guys filming already earlier. But in general, I just needed a day to be lazy and enjoy a book. So that's what we're doing. I am 50% in, but I wanted to share my thoughts so far on this book. So you start off in an interrogation room, and that's the majority of this book. You're in an interrogation room, and it's following one of the main characters. Her name is Anara, but she's also known as Maya. But she's under interrogation because she was abducted sometime previously. Dog is crying in your sleep. Tony, you're okay, baby? So she's in an interrogation room. They're trying to figure out her story, her experience from when she was abducted, what she experienced, etc. But there's some similarities from her life prior to abduction versus her life while she was abducted and how she experienced certain things, to where I think her mind may have created a false reality of her life previously. I feel like the life that she's sharing about previous to her abduction is something her mind created. I don't think it's real. That's my take on it. I could be completely off base here, but that's what I'm getting from this. I've mentioned before in other vlogs and things, I am a Christian girl, and this is a thriller. And there are some hard to read themes in this book. I considered stopping, but in reality, these are some things that happen to people, unfortunately. So just keep that in mind, that there are some hard to read themes in this book. But yeah, I do enjoy trying to figure out the end before it's revealed. Psychological thrillers are one of my favorite things to read. So I want to see how this book goes, and as certain things start becoming revealed and I hit some certain twists, I will check in with you guys and keep you posted. And just in case I didn't mention, I'm sorry I'm whispering. My husband's currently working and I don't want to interrupt him. But yeah, let's read a little bit. This is what I'm saying when I don't fully trust what she's saying to the interrogation officers. So she's reflecting back to a moment that she experienced while she was abducted, and she was having a conversation with someone else. The other person calls her out as being a direct person, and by being direct, he's hoping that she'll be honest with him. And her response is, direct doesn't mean honest. It could just mean that I'm very direct and straightforward with my lies. This is what makes me feel like she's not being upfront with the interrogation officers. I do think she's being direct with them, answering their questions, but I think she's twisting some lies in there. Whether she realizes it or not, I don't trust her for some reason, and that's hard to say because she experienced a lot. But there's just too many coincidences in her story so far that makes me feel like, oh, she's lying a little bit. So I can't wait to figure out what she's lying about, but I'll keep you posted.
I managed to make a sad looking smiley face. I should go into coffee art or something. All right, it is lunchtime. I made a grilled cheese. I just chopped it up. I have some Skinny Pop popcorn. I think that's the brand. I'll double check that. And some turkey bacon and some dill pickle. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I need 2 drinks when I'm having lunch, especially if I'm having a coffee. Like sometimes a sip of coffee is delicious, but then sometimes I need a sip of water. But we are going to continue reading and we're going to have lunch. Don't judge me. I'm still in my pajamas, but I am having a good reading session and I'm not going to stop just to change my clothes. But we're going to have lunch and we're going to chill right here in my favorite spot of my house. It is right next to my bookshelf in this comfy chair. We're going to have some coffee, some snacks, all the things, and then I'm going to continue reading. By the way, I am now 61% into this book. When I tell you that there are too many similarities from her previous life and the life that she experienced when she was abducted, I seriously think she's blending details together, and I'm just waiting for something to be revealed along those lines. And I feel so bad. One of the investigators, they gave him a really sad backstory, and that's kind of unfolding as well. Because in reality, when I watch criminal shows, there's usually, if not one, more than one character who's an active officer, an active agent, in the line of duty, whatever it may be, that they have a sad backstory and it kind of inspired their career. And we're getting to see that right now. So one of the investigators, he's opening up a little bit about his sister. His sister was kidnapped when she was 8 and he wasn't much older than her. So just seeing that, it really made him feel like a live person, like a real person. Like there's depth to his character, which I love, coming across characters where there's depth. So I really liked that. They did mention his backstory just a little bit, like they glossed over it in the beginning of the book, so I already knew it was coming, but just seeing a little bit of raw emotion while he's talking about it, it really gave his character depth. And he's actually one of my least favorite characters, so I'm glad that they highlighted him in that way, in that manner. It just made him feel very real. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading. I'm gonna have lunch and then hopefully we get to some more juicy details in this book. Is my AC on? Yes. Do I still have a blanket? Yes, because it's like the perfect combination. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and actually read. Also, I failed to mention the female main character. She's supposed to have like golden skin and dark hair. And this entire time I've been envisioning Sydney Sweeney. So that's interesting. I feel like, I don't know about you, let me know in the comments down below, but when you're reading, can you visually see people? And if you do you envision actors and actresses? That's where my brain tends to go. Very rarely does my brain create its own person, or maybe subconsciously, maybe it's someone that I've seen in real life. I usually, my brain automatically goes to actors and actresses. But I didn't really give much of a background earlier about this book, just because, again, my husband was working. So really quick, this female main character, she was saved along with everyone else that was imprisoned in this quote-unquote garden. So they've been abducted at different times, and there's this gentleman they call the gardener, and he tattoos realistic butterfly wings on their entire back. And he is a collector, more or less, of butterflies, but the butterflies are women. And he's very specific on who he abducts. They're usually between the ages of 16 and 21, but by their 21st birthday, he unalives them and he embalms them, and he creates this glass case where the butterfly is submerged into resin so that he can still see their butterfly wings, because in his mind he's a collector of butterflies. Which, so far, they're trying to piece together who is who, because they were all renamed and they all go by their renamed names that the gardener gave them. And so they're trying to figure out who is who. And our female main character, she is the main person that the butterflies look up to, and so that's why she's been in the investigation room this entire time. That's the main that is mainly where we've been in this entire book, is in the investigation room, and she shares bits and pieces of her past, but she's, you know, under investigation. So there are two different perspectives. It's mainly our female main character with very brief moments of a male police officer or a male investigator. You see his perspective here and there, but those are the two perspectives that you see. So we haven't heard from any of the other butterflies or anything like that. So I'm very intrigued to see where this story is going. So I'm going to continue reading, and I'll keep you posted. Hey guys, so it's a couple days later. It's the 12th, so it's like a week later. But I ended up staying up on 4th of July to finish The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson. Overall, it was a decent read. The writing was well. I'm rating that book about a 3.5. Now, in the past, I would feel bad rating a book a 3 or a 3.5. But to be honest, a 3.5 means it's a great read. I just probably wouldn't pick it up again. So I'm not going to spoil the ending just in case you decide to give it a go. It is definitely a psychological thriller. It was a little bit of a hard read in certain areas, especially towards the end. But for me, what made me rate it a 3.5 versus a 4 was the twist. Even though I did not fully see the twist coming, it just wasn't juicy enough for me. I like a good juicy twist, and the twist was just mediocre in my humble opinion. But I will tell you, the twist that was provided, it did make sense why I found there to be some similarities between her previous life prior to the garden and her life once she was in the garden. So I give, in that aspect, I understand the twist, but I just felt like there could have been more, a little bit more oomph in my book. But anywho, if you guys enjoyed this type of vlog, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to incorporate more reading within my channel because it is a hobby of mine, but I would like to know your guys' thoughts as well. So anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you're new here, I hope you stick around and become a part of this community that is slowly growing. But have a great day, and I'll see you when I next see you. Bye guys.